Hello and welcome to the Weirdest Kingdom on this side of YouTube. I'm Princess Adia, aka Adia, and welcome to my channel. Hello, welcome. So, I have extensions in. If you saw, you'll probably see this video coming up sometime after this one. But this one I'm going to post first just because I need to tell you some things. So I thought I'd get ready for me to film another video after I filmed another video to film this video. Okay, basically I'm gonna do my makeup that I've been doing so far in the summertime because it's been so hot, and also it's so hot in my room right now because of these extensions. So I'm going to clip this back. If you see me looking off, I'm looking this way, but so there's just a few things that we need to talk about. I want to tell you guys about necessarily. It's not there's bad, there's some good, there's some uncertainty going on, but I thought I'd come on and talk to you guys. Hi, hello, just a quick PSA. Throughout the video you'll see that my hair and the hair that's on my head don't match. They're extensions. There's a whole video on that, so just letting you know they don't match. They look sort of good together, but they just don't match. So please excuse it. They do kind of look better when I put makeup on with all of it and everything like that, but I will be re-dyeing my hair so it matches with my extensions. So also, just to let you know, this is a spoiler that I will be keeping my hair pink and orange. I did say before that I might have changed it. I might change it to like pink and yellow like I wanted to, but at the moment I'm just feeling the pink and orange. Maybe later on in maybe a couple months or so we'll change it to pink and yellow. Who knows? But yeah, that's all I wanted to come on and say. I thought I'd talk to you guys about what's been going on in my life so far. So for those of you who don't know, I'm supposed to go to college this year, and I'm still going to college, but unfortunately my school has gone fully remote as of the past 2 weeks. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit. So I'm using the Innisfree mineral makeup base, which is a color corrector and a purple because for brightening. And I think a few of you know, if whoever has watched that video, but I got accepted to Ithaca College and I was supposed to be going and all this and everything, and then what happened was that my school went closey-close, so I won't be going there anymore for in person. And honestly, I'm completely okay with that at the moment, just because of the fact it is pretty dangerous. I think dangerous is a bit of a far-fetch. It's just not the safest place for me to go right now. And I'm just a little bit upset that I won't be getting to get some of that college life, but students in Cornell have already gone up and they've just been not following quarantine rules. So yeah, they haven't been following rules and it's just not turning out the best. Cases have already spiked over there, so I just am not going. Just not going. So yeah, I had already filmed a college dorm room haul before this news. I literally got it 2 weeks before I was supposed to move in, and I was a little upset because I already sent stuff up and all this other stuff, so I have to get those back, and there's just a lot happening in my room and in my house that we don't have space for, so all of my is not happening anymore. But I think it's better to focus on what I can do. I'm still be able to take classes and stuff, so I'm happy about that, really. Yeah, so I did have a job over the summer. I don't think anyone else, I didn't post anything about it anywhere. It wasn't as exciting as my other job when I worked 2 summers ago. And then also I don't think anyone followed me on Snapchat then, and I don't use Snapchat anymore, so there's no point in following me there. Please follow me on my Instagram. Yeah, so I'm going to be home. I was trying to make a video of this as well. I was getting an ESA, and I was in the process of getting approved for that while all this was happening, and then I got like a week later that we weren't going, so then my ESA is home with me. Unfortunately, my ESA is a cat. Not unfortunately. Fortunately, it's a cat, but unfortunately, my mom is allergic to cats. And so I need to do something about that. And I don't know what, but I would like to move out of my house that I've been living in for the past like 4 years, 5 coming up this year, just because I don't want to put my mom to have to live with this, especially because she doesn't look like she's going back to work anytime soon. They're planning to go back for the next year, but honestly, how everything is going, it looks like New York City is going back on a quarantine. It's going back under lockdown, so like that probably won't be happening. But yeah, I just don't want to have to keep my cat in my room, which is not that big and doesn't get that much sunlight. Oh yes, so I'm going in with the same thing that I've been using for the past like year and a half, is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the color 43N and Tan Deep Neutral. And I'm also using the Innisfree Velvet Cover Concealer in N32, and that is in N32. There's no actual like name color. But yeah, so it's just, there's just a lot happening, and I'd much rather, the reason why I'm kind of sad about not being able to go is because I was going to be able to live on my own, sort of, and have that sort of adult setting that I hadn't gotten yet. As much as I'm an only child and I'm from New York City, and like, I would say kids from New York City are pretty independent in a lot of ways, because we have to rely on ourselves and like on a lot of things. But I'm also an only child, so like that adds to, I know a lot of people who aren't only children and are not that resourceful living in New York City, so I don't know, but it's just, I'm sad to not be going to college in the way that I am, but also I wasn't, as most people, if some of you, I think I brought it up in my college admissions video, but like, Ithaca wasn't my first choice anyway. I really wanted to go to a school in England. It was Manchester Metropolitan University, and I really wanted to go there. And there was another one, University of Brighton, because I really love the city of Brighton, and so I wanted to go there. I could see myself living there, and it was just so much more cost effective to live there and everything, so. But it didn't happen because they pushed back their hereby date really far, and I didn't want to take the chance of like me not getting into those schools and then having to worry about I don't have anywhere to go. Even though I know like certain schools like CUNYs and stuff like that, they have like automatic admissions, and you just like apply and like you get admitted to whatever school you apply to, which I've been fine with doing. But like the 2 schools that I wanted to go to, I already got denied from, so I couldn't go. I think Ithaca wasn't my first choice, and to be quite honest with you, I'm even thinking about like transferring out still, just because I really wanted to go to another school, and like Ithaca's a good school for film. It's like one of the top schools, but it's just not where I want to be, and I can see myself going there. But honestly, I think that I deserve at this point to go where I want to do what I want to do, and not just do things circumstantially. Just because of the circumstances, I feel like if I want to do it, I think for a lot of my life I've always just done things because of the circumstances and because of what needs to be done, and for the sake of like making things easier on other people. And also I am going in with the Too Faced Dew You Translucent Powder in Radiant Nude. but like I've done things just to do things to make things easier for people, and not really worried about whether or not if it's something I wanted to do, and just done things that people have wanted me to do. So I think now is the time for me to just do what I want to do, and that is go to a school here in New York City. As much as I didn't want to leave, I wanted to leave home, I think that I'm still going to try and apply to transfer to England and stuff, but I want to try and do that, possibly take a gap year, and just because I have my cat, I wasn't planning on staying home with him, so I think what I'm going to do, yes, Bubba, I think I want to look into moving out. I've been looking at like the New York City housing market and stuff like that, and like just renters stuff, and like learning a lot about it, even though I've learned a lot about it from living in New York City and like, you know, moving from apartments in New York City a lot in my life. So like I know quite a bit, and I'm learning some more, and like how it's changing right now because of COVID, and like when the right time to move in. So like I'm looking, if it does happen, it's not something that I'm really like pushing for, but I'm looking to possibly try moving out in January time, December, around that time, just because that's like winter time, people don't move then, and then it gives me some time to get like at least 6 months rent, because I have to put down down payment and all that kind of stuff. So okay, so I finished putting on my powder. I just put on a light, like pat it on a little bit, and then I go in with my blush right now. Oh wait, no, I don't go with my blush. I don't know why. I'm going with my eyebrows. Honestly, if you think about it, I kind of have enough furniture to move into my own apartment. Like I have a bed, but I'm probably gonna get a different one. I will probably move up to full size, because I don't really need a queen size or anything like that. But like, I will probably move, if I do move, I was looking at like Astoria, Queens, which is also a really good place for like film and stuff like that. There's a film production company up in there. There's the Museum of Moving Images, what I didn't know was a museum, is over there. And there is also just the school, the high school I wanted to go to at first, is over there as well. So it's just really great film wise, and any closer I can be to the industries, good. I'm using the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil in brunettes. It is a little bit lighter, but also I don't need too much because it just helps me fill in the little bit that's there. I don't like to go too much because then it right here because it gets too dark. So I just lightly fill in the gaps that need to be filled in. I had questions that someone had asked me from before when I was trying to film Get Ready With Me, but because no one interacts with me on my social media platforms, I'm talking about YouTube and Instagram, I didn't get that many questions. But one of the questions someone had asked me is like, how do I prepare, like how do I prepare for YouTube videos to film and stuff. And honestly, that's a great question, because honestly it's quite a peculiar kind of thing. Sometimes I just have videos that I already want to film that had been pre-planned, that like hauls and stuff like that. Especially when I first started my channel, that's really all I was doing was hauls and stuff. But now I also just want to talk about that, like I want to change up my content a little bit. It's still gonna be like fashion stuff and like beauty and all that kind of stuff, but honestly the fashion industry, especially with like kawaii fashion, and my income is not that well supported for me to just keep buying clothes all the time. And I had stopped buying clothes anyway. I kind of had gotten a shopping problem because when I had first like started really dressing into like kawaii fashion and pastel fashion when I was in my sophomore junior year, and I was able to start buying clothes for myself, and I kind of started creating an issue for myself, which was a shopping problem. And now that I'm looking for more pieces that are like longevity and just like thinking about the environment. I'm not completely sustainable. I'm not saying anything like that, because honestly it's quite hard, especially because I am gaining more weight, and so I can't find clothes that are always gonna, especially kawaii clothes that are affordable enough for me at the price that I can afford, and that I can do in that kind of way, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, so I want to do more like booktube kind of videos and stuff. Like, I'm using this concealer, the same tip concealer, the one that's too light for my skin, but I'm using it as a primer of sorts. But honestly, I want to film more film related videos, and just, I have so much to say when it comes to like the film industry and like anything like that. I just want to make content that I am actually quite interested in, and I'm very much interested in kawaii fashion and all that kind of stuff, but I want to start talking more about like films and movies, and I was starting to review stuff, and trust me that Riverdale season 4 review is coming, but it is gonna take a while because honestly season 4 wasn't even actually completely finished. And yes, I still do watch the show, and I keep up to date with that. I think I want to talk a lot more about, like, as well as with booktubes, I want to do some more vlogs. I'm trying to get another vlogging camera, but like, I want to create more of content that I feel like if someone wanted to just sit down and like eat dinner, or just have a few friends over, just watch a video, I want to make content where someone can just be like, yeah, let's watch Adia's content. Like, she's just really chill at the moment. She's not doing anything like crazy, you know? Or just doing anything that's like pretty typical that you could find on anyone's channel. And I found like a lot of people that I know in my school who started channels that they didn't know that I had channels. A lot of their videos are like very on the trend, or very typical of what you could find from anyone's channel. And while my fashion isn't very typical by the long shot, I don't want to make content that you could find from someone who wears regular normal fashion. And I want to make more content that's like, yeah, this is like, get to know me. Like, this is like, if you wanted to get to know me, like, look at my channel, like, look at me as a person. Like, I feel like I struggled a lot when I first started filming videos because I was so insecure, and not by anything means like I want to be body positive, because like I'm still a long ways on that journey, or at least I think I am. But like, there are things that I just want to do on my channel and that I've just been like, one, afraid to talk about, or just like didn't know how to start, and just like didn't want to like be like, okay, I'm just making this content. But like, I want to make content and videos that I would be happy to rewatch, and just like, if I wanted to pick me up, I can go back and watch that. Like, I don't want to continue to do hauls and like challenge videos. What I mean is, like, I've seen people who make challenge videos, and by that, nothing wrong with that. People like that, but I feel like there's a lack of creativity there, and it leads you to a point where you don't know what to make anymore. And I don't want to be like, what should I make, guys? What should I make? And I want it to be like, I'm not asking you to constantly what I should make videos for, because like, at the end of the day, if I continue to ask people for that, they might as well just make their own channels. At the end of the day, it's just like, what's the point of watching her channel if she's gonna keep asking me for videos that she should make, when I could just, you know, make them myself. Honestly, that's what my thought is. For myself, at least. For some people, you know, that's like, oh, you guys want to see certain videos from me for what you want to hear about. But like, I think I want to open it up a little bit more to my life. I feel like I haven't been that open with my life, especially because I've done a lot less vlogging and Christmas and stuff. Like, my Vlogmas from last year was an absolute wreck because my mental health was an absolute wreck, and I wasn't very open with what was going on with me. And I honestly just want to sit down and talk about it, but because I'm just very nervous, I don't know what to do. So, alright. I got off track. I'm doing my eyeshadow. So, I'm going in with the Too Faced what is this again? Liquid glitter eyeshadow in Candied Rose. Yeah, like, I just want to be able to be like, look at my channel and be like, yeah, I'm proud of that content. Like, this is something that I want to put out in the world. And just like not be like, is that something I'm proud of to like look back on in that kind of way. This is not the right one. Is this the right one? I hope so. Like, why am I using a brush? I could have used my finger. And I know like a lot of people are just like, especially with quarantine, I feel like I haven't posted videos in a while for many different reasons. Just the main one at the time was because of the protest, and I was just reflecting on a lot what was happening in my life, and like I was ending high school as well, and so that was happening. It's just like I kind of just lost track a little bit, and I wanted to pick myself back up and come back, and just I kind of just didn't have the momentum as I once did. And it wasn't until I started getting like I got an iPad and I started using Procreate, and I want to start doing more like learning to draw. Like, I want to go on a journey with this channel and like getting better at drawing and stuff like that. Like, I just want it to be like, this is where I can put all of my creativity, like not like brain farts, but like just all of my creativity, like creative junk, can just go here, because I feel like I in a place where in my life I don't get heard a lot. A lot of people don't listen to me, and I don't know, I can't do anything about that necessarily, because, you know, people are going to listen when they want to listen. And I don't want to have to keep asking for people to listen to me, and I've just had not the best, and in ways to put it, my YouTube channel became a part of my personality when I had hated myself in a sense, with like confidence wise. And because I hated myself, this is my way of like putting my personality out there, because a lot of people didn't give me such a kind, welcoming like space to put my personality out there. Like, I don't really talk about my fact that I love K-pop on my channel enough. Like, for the amount of, as much as it's in my life, like, I don't talk about it enough on my channel, and I would love to talk about it more. So I also use this is also another, Echo Soul Water Eye Tint. I've had this for a while, and I don't know if I should still keep using it on my eye, but you know, I haven't gotten an infection or anything like that, and I don't know what color it is because it rubbed off, but this is the color. I just use like a reddish kind of pink as a base, and then a lighter goldy pink on the top. But next I'm using the ColourPop liquid liner in the color Ducky. Yes, guys, I finally learned how to do eyeliner. Not great, but it's better than nothing. I really just want to create a place for me to feel comfortable, and my channel, I want to make that place so that if someone who's like me comes across it, can just be like, oh my god, like, this person is like just talking about things that I find interesting. I just want someone who might be struggling with just being heard in life. So that's my eyeliner. I would just like to say that my eyeliner is never, at least from what I think, is never actually that, whatchamacallit, it's never that similar. I feel like I need to make this one a bit bigger. Next, I'm going in with the Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pot in Froze. I literally bought this last year for back to school, which I don't understand why I was buying back to school makeup, but I did. But yeah, so like, I just want to make videos that I'm actually like interested in. Like I don't really go back. Like some people like don't go back and watch some of their content, and neither do I, but I want to be able to be like go back and reflect and like think about like how like how my thoughts have changed, like all those kind of things. Like I've come up with different video ideas and series ideas to put on this channel. It's just the matter of me getting up and making them and not being like, oh, I'm busy, I have stuff to do. Like I want to do this and I want to make, and so I need to learn how to make time for these things because I want to do these things. I will continue to like, let's not get it like she's not doing any more hauls. Like I will be doing hauls, but they'll probably be like far few. Like I do have like 2 hauls that I wanted to film for back to college stuff, and I do want to do a book haul because there are some books that I'm really excited to buy that I want to haul, and like I just want to make better content that I'm actually interested. Like I'm really inspired by Monica Kim and Pixie Locks and like Catnip illustrations and Sweet Hime, like even like Zoe Sugg or Zoella, like her vlogs are just like, I want to make content like that. And even though I know like you're like 19, you don't have to make content like that, I just want to make more like chill content. Even those like Korean vlogs that are just like simple life, like I want to make some more of those where like there's aesthetically pleasing shots, but like also like there's like the realistic parts of life, and like there's some small artists who make videos like vlogs, stuff like that, and like the raw like feeling and like just like how they feel throughout the week and how stressful stuff can be. Like I want to make that, and I also want to like document my lovely little baby cat's life. So eyes done. I have put on mascara last. I don't know why, I just do. The question was, how do I prepare for YouTube videos? And I didn't answer, but basically it kind of just popped into my head certain things I want to do and talk about. Like my Depop haul, I've been wanting to do that for a while. I had been wanting to do that for a while, but I wanted to get more stuff to show what I got from Depop. Honestly, those finds are amazing. I still can't believe I found that Lazy Elf rainbow dress and got it for like 70-80 bucks, which is like cheap compared to what I've seen online for like that Cinderella Lazy Elf dress. Like I honestly I want to make a video about that, like the secondhand selling of Lazy Elf and other brands, because it's like completely outrageous and I want to talk about it so bad. Like it actually like pisses me off a little bit, and like my mom would be like, why are you mad? Like I saw someone tried to sell a Lazy Elf, I will put the picture, this Lazy Elf sweater, and not of what the seller had, but the picture of what the sweater looks like. Someone tried to sell this sweater after they had like ripped it up and distressed it for like 200 bucks. And said I designed, like I like whatever to it, like I made my own alterations. No, you didn't alter it. You didn't like, you know, fix it. You didn't make it small. Like you completely completely made a different sweater, like in a sense, to me. And it's a different sweater, so you can't be selling it for $200. It's not even usable as a sweater at this point because there's like a big hole in there and the sleeves, and like there's pieces of the sweater like falling off like yarn. I'm like, how does that make sense to you to sell a sweater that's not even at retail prices, not even $200? I think it's like between $80 and $100 for that sweater on retail when Lazy Elf first sold it, and you're gonna sell for $200 more after you've like distressed it. Not even just basically destroyed the sweater, so it's not even usable as a sweater anymore. Like I've seen people like try to sell that Lazy Elf Cinderella dress for like $200, $250, or not Cinderella dress for like, but then the Mickey Mouse dress from the same exact release or like release after is like for $60. Like I don't understand. Like that gem collections dress, the only gem collection dress that I own, because the other ones I keep losing it because people keep buying them before I can get them. Like, that was a person, I think I said sold it to me for like 70 something or 60 something like that, because you're like, oh, it's rare or whatever. Understandable. You can't sell secondhand clothing for more than... I'm just gonna talk about it, my thoughts on like Lazy Oaf and all that kind of stuff, and just like what's going on with this, like just the Lazy Oaf, and I just gotta talk about it because like it's making me lose my mind. But yeah, I also just like my closet is just a lot smaller now because I've if you can't see here, but like next to me there's a whole like drawer and like basket full of clothes for me to sell. So yes. Next we're going in with my blush. I use the Kaja Beauty Cheeky Stamps. My friend Jayla got me these for my, I think, Christmas or my birthday, and I love them so much. This is the color Sassy. I also do have another color, but this one is almost out, so I just want to kind of like use this up, and it matches better to the color that I'm gonna put over it. Me moving out, I want to go back to me talking about moving out because I'm actually quite excited about it. Me moving out is something that I'm really excited about because my therapist is like, you've been talking about moving out. Like, it's why she was like, don't not go to your first year of college. Like, you want to move out, and you wanted to because you thought I was going to move out. She was like, you've been talking about moving out since I met you, and that was like in 5th grade. So when I was 11 years old, because I'm a year older than I'm supposed to be for my grade, I repeated a grade. She's like, you've been talking about moving out since you were 11 years old. You're not like moving. You want to do this, so don't like lose this opportunity. Unfortunately, we did not anticipate the fact that I would not get the opportunity to move out. So, yeah. But I think like moving out just seems like, my mom's also allergic to cats. So like another reason why I want to move out is because I don't want to have to keep my cat in my room, and my mom like have to like worry about being allergic. I don't want her to like, she doesn't even like cats that much anyway. So I don't want to have to keep her to stay in this house with something that she's not like that fond of, as well as allergic to. So she really has no reason to associate with cats because she doesn't like them, nor does she can healthily be around them. But she's pretty okay with my cat. I'm not gonna tell you what his name is because you're gonna find out in the video, but I think one of my friends saw me apply blush one time, and they're like, okay, you can stop now. I'm like, oh, I'm not done yet. Like, I'm not done yet. Like, you can't see it. She's like, well, yes, we can. I'm like, well, you can't see it well enough. Like, I want that to be the first thing you can see on my face when I walk by. Another thing I want to talk about, I was supposed to get another tattoo this summer. My first tattoo is like basically fully healed up now. It's been a year, and I will do like a review, like an update on my like tattoo, my first tattoo a year later, because I just want to talk about some things that I've encountered now that I've got a tattoo, and like what it did to me getting a tattoo, and like how secrecy people are, especially in high school when they get their tattoo. Like, I didn't realize it until after I realized there are so many people who are in high school that are my friends that had tattoos. So like, yeah, I just want to talk about it. So, okay, so that's my blush done. For those of you who don't know, you probably have seen this product already though. I use this Juicy Pang blusher by APU in the color number 4, but I don't know what the actual number, I think it's grapefruit, the actual name of it is, yeah, I think it's grapefruit. I got it from YesStyle in that Try Create Makeup video. I want to make another one of those because I actually liked it, and then I found I found another foundation in my color, so I'll see. That looks like it's in my color. Alright, so after this I would apply, I put on this is the Tarte Moonwalk Treasure Pot Glitter Gel. I need to get one from ColourPop because this is like dried out basically. So like I kind of like whatever gets onto my face gets onto my face. So, and kind of just would put a little bit, there's not that much because honestly it's not like sticking on my face that well, but I put it over my cheeks and my nose. Oh god. Ah, speaking about reading, to make my white freckles I use the NYX white liquid liner in white. It's just the regular like liquid liner that's not in a pen. Speaking of books though, so for those of you who may know, may not know, I am a huge Twilight fan, and I'm so happy that we finally get Midnight Sun. I remember when there's this like app where someone had put like all the books online, and when I got my first like smartphone kind of thing, it wasn't an iPhone, I had this app, and like I used to get in trouble for the amount of times that I would like stay up at night reading on my phone. I would generally get in trouble for reading books on my phone. Like, and I remember like the leaks Midnight Sun was on there, and I didn't realize that it had been leaked. And then when I found out that it had been leaked, let me tell you, I read that sucker up. Like after I got a new phone, like I kept that phone on for a couple of months just to be able to read the Twilight series on my phone. And I would go back and just reread them. Like if I finished, when I finished like all the way through, like I think I'd read like Twilight, then Midnight Sun, then New Moon, all that kind of stuff. When I'd read all through that, ended Breaking Dawn, and then go backwards and go back from like Breaking Dawn to like Eclipse, then all the way back. Like I would just continuously read that all the time. Okay, so my freckles are done. I just put white freckles on my face. Partly because of TikTok, I put this on my face, but it's fine. So yes, all right, so that's done. I just let that dry a little bit. And then I put on the powder, because then after I put the powder on, I put on my highlighter. And then it's almost done. I'm just putting on my highlighter, then my mascara, then my lips, and then we're done. But yeah, so I'm really excited to read Midnight Sun. I really want to make a video on Midnight Sun. I'm going to haul it, and then also I would love to talk about I read this book with These Witches Don't Burn, and then there's the second book which I love, which I haven't read yet, but I'm so excited to read, is This Coven Won't Break, which is the second book, so These Witches Won't Burn. And I'm super excited because like lesbian witches. I also read the book version of the new updated version of Carmilla, and I love it. It's also really great to hear what goes on in Laura's mind. In Laura's mind, this whole situation of like the anglerfish and all this stuff, and meeting Carmilla for the first time and all that kind of stuff is in her head. It is a little cheesy, but like it's fine because like Carmilla's supposed to be a little bit campy. It's about vampires, and like vampires are like the epitome of campy. So yeah. What was I gonna say? Yes. So I really loved reading that. I really enjoyed reading that. It was great. I was reading it at work and stuff. I really should have been reading that at work though. I was working with kids, and I also read I'm Not Okay With This, and I didn't realize how graphic that book was going to be. And it's not in words, and some of the kids, like, they might not have gotten certain words if they read it or whatever. But like, if I was reading I'm Not Okay With This and it was completely in, like, it's just like, it's visible, like they'll know what's happening because they can see it's like a drawing. Like there was a lot of like sexual things happening and like curses that were a lot bigger in print and stuff, so like I had to be very careful reading that book. Finished that book in a day because it's a graphic novel. I'm currently reading Red, White, and Royal Blue. I read this because of Monica Kim. I was like, I want to see what this is about. I don't read a lot of like gay love stories. I do tend to read a lot of like lesbian love stories, which I just like Her Royal Highness. I love that book. I didn't read the first one, but I started to read the second one. Yeah, I also have read The Shortest Distance Between Love and Hate by Sandy Hall. Can I tell you, I don't like the main characters. Talk about privilege and just like being upset about something after your best friend tells you it's not okay, it's not a big deal, and then you still choose to terrorize a person about it after your best friend said I'm okay with it. Like, I don't like that book. I didn't like her. She was an asshole, and she just like really had nothing like actually wrong. Like, there was no driving force as to why she was doing her stuff other than the fact that her best friend, the guy that she had kissed, like, she made the mistake, not her best friend and not the dude. Like, he didn't even realize that was her because he didn't bully her, he bullied her best friend, so he didn't even realize she existed. Like, she's just dumb. Like, I can't. The main character is just like very annoying and like really toxic. And then I finally finished reading and finally got to read Life and Death, which is in time because Midnight Sun came out. But I had gotten it when, like, I remember I'm a Twilight fan, so like obviously when it came out I was super excited when it came out, and I had my mom buy it for me, and at the time we really couldn't afford to buy it. It was like $20 book, and a lot of times I'd get books from the library, or I'd like get it from school, or like, you know, buy it once the Scholastic book fair came around. I was super excited when the Scholastic book fair came around, and she bought it for me because she bought the edition that was like, it was like you flipped it upside down and like it was Life and Death on one side and Twilight on the other side. And I loved it, and I let someone borrow it reading because I was reading Twilight first and I was reading Life and Death, and they're like, can I just read Life and Death and I'll go back to you. I should have learned, because I gave her my Divergent book. I literally had to run after, like, not fight, but like it was like literally like a fight to get the book back from this girl, my own book back from this girl. So I should have learned, and so I never got the book back after I left middle school. She owes me $20. I'm not salty about it. If I'm completely honest with you, I feel like the love story between Beau and Edith is a little bit more believable than Edward and Bella. I'm just saying. I'm just putting on some more setting powder over my cheeks. I'm excited to read that, and I have some other books I'm super excited to buy, and there's like a book I have to get for one of my classes that's a book that I've been wanting, that's on my Goodreads list. For highlighter, I'm going in with the You're So Jelly Too Faced Jelly Highlighter in the color pink, rose pink. I'd also like to talk about how like frantic people on like K-pop Twitter are. I have a Twitter, but I just don't tweet that often. I do like a lot of people's tweets, but people on like K-pop Twitter for Mamamoo at least are like pretty frantic because they like, one of the students I had for my job or whatever, like they were like, oh, Miss Adia, did you hear that Mamamoo is disbanding? I was like, they're not disbanding. Like, I literally had just watched that interview the night before, and like they said they were going to continue being together because they had people know that their contract was coming up. Like, isn't that crazy how like upfront K-pop is about, like, you know when your favorite group might be ending? Like, I finally got a Mamamoo light stick for my birthday. I bought it for myself, and I got it off eBay, as well as a 3DS. Maybe I'll do my top favorite 3DS games that I have so far. So far, I have a game. I have I'm Cooking Mama 2 and other games as well, but my Cooking Mama 2 game won't read, and I'm so upset. I tried everything, like the blowing and everything, like, it just won't work. Okay, so I put that on, and lastly, I have the same real tint, and it's just in the color 3, and that's what this is. That's what my lip. And then lastly, my lights, camera, lashes, and mascara, and that is it for my face. But yes, so I feel like I've kind of talked about everything I want to talk about, so just so that we're clear, if you've made it to the end of this video, so the next few videos will probably be things that I've already filmed beforehand, as well as college videos that I wanted to film but I didn't get to film. So you'll see that. And also I have a college clothing haul that I bought for clothes. So yeah. Well, alright, so this is the final look. This is my Get Ready With Me. It's actually a good one for once, and I can actually post this one. So yes, thank you for sitting down and talking with me and watching me do my makeup. Hopefully you did your makeup while I did mine. So yeah, great, that's the video. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please follow me on my Instagram, maybe Twitter. We'll do that later. But yeah, please follow me on my Instagram, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!